Hello and welcome here, everyone. We are set to go for yet another week of the IE, and this time it's a matchup in the middle school division of the SSBU side of things. Week number 2. I'm excited to see who is ready to get down. My name is Orbital. With me is Somi Nomi, and we will be your broadcasters for the upcoming BO3 series. Somi, how you doing today?
I'm doing quite well. How about yourself, Orbital?
I'm doing all right, I'm excited to see what we got ahead of us. We have two amazing teams. We got Varsity Wabash Middle SSBU, which are currently 1-0, going up against EHMS SSBU Varsity. Good squads to go all around. However, EHMS, which is Eastern Hancock, are currently 0-1 in their spring run through the league.
Oh, it's still very early on. Those first week of matches, they hit you. Someone's going to have to take the L at all times, but it isn't the defining one. The second week can definitely be a big bounce back for teams to be able to really propel themselves going into a snowball effect towards the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think one of the big things is starting off figuring out exactly who you want to play. I believe we are looking at about 4 to 5 players on either side, so a little bit of shuffling in there if they so wish. Namely, in my eyes, I am looking at Varsity Wabash. They started off strong. I'm curious to see how well they're going to play in this upcoming series. As you said, a little bit of a snowball effect, but starting week 1 off strong is very, very powerful. Now, before we go any further, I do want to give a big shout out, of course, to Zotac. You saw a little bit of an ad earlier, but I want to give a big shout out because without Zotac Gaming, it wouldn't be possible to bring a lot of these matches forward. So we want to give a big shout out to Zotac Gaming for supporting Scholastic Esports in Indiana. Not only that, if you are interested and want to show your appreciation to Zotac Gaming, go ahead and give them a shout out on social media. If you see a hype play or maybe a funny moment or just want to go ahead and see your favorite player, go ahead and make the highlight reel. Please go ahead and use the hashtag powered by Zotac, ZOTAC, or hashtag Zotac USA when you post. You can also join them on their community Discord to get a little bit more info on that. With all that being said, though, I'm excited to get into this match. Somi, I am wondering who we go with first, because whenever it comes down to these, I'm always very, very curious who starts off and who ends.
I mean, that's a great question you have right there. I'm not too sure myself, but I think it's really going to depend how you're going to be playing this to start. Are you going to try to go in very quick? Are you going to try to get a poke and prod against your opponents? Or are you trying to be very heavy-handed, try to get some big hitters that will try to do massive amount of damage to try to get an early lead on?
Yeah, I think the heavy hitters are always interesting. I mean, I'm a Little Mac player myself, so it gets a little bit silly in there. But yeah, I mean, it looks like we are getting the heavy hitters. DDD plus King K rule, just like you asked for, Somi. It's going to be a treat to rock things out. Let's see who takes to the stage first, the king or the king of their respective regions.
Yes, but I think one king is more liked by their vassals than the other here. We'll just see if they have what it takes to duke it out here on the stage.
I think starting off, you already see a little bit of a punch, a little bit of a chase between the two. Trying to use the projectiles, using the spike ball to start things off, but a cannonball coming out of the King K rule, not really going to have too much effectiveness. Right now, it's more poking and prodding. Finally, a big haymaker. That forward smash will land. A bit of a catch on that region, though. Nobody getting decisive strings just yet.
No, not quite. I mean, they're trying to set up for damage. Right now, I would say DDD is actually at a bit of a disadvantage here. I've seen a lot of King K rule tech in my time just around YouTube and general esports play, and having some great execution right now. Good spot for a setup here. Just needs to make the follow-up. Here's the edge guard. Do they have it? There's the first stock.
Very, very nice forward air to go ahead and clear that mark. And again, we were waiting for this, right? Especially with the heavies, it's all about that combo game and also those heavy hits. But when you get the combos, it racks up so much more damage than, say, watching a Link fire or anything like that. Instead, it has been this King K rule that has very comfortably gotten a lead so far. And especially when it comes to crews, you really do want to savor and contain every single stock you have. The more that you get, the better it goes. If you can take out your opponent in 3, that would be a ridiculous status, as right now this King K rule is doing work. 126 spinner and a half. Good DI back in range. and you're gonna be able to survive. That's 2 gone from DDD.
And it is here now. I don't know entirely on King K. Rool's Reflect if it applies to the amount of damage he's received here. Could you tell me if that is the case or not in this situation?
I think it's actually a reflected extra bonus. It's a slight added bonus to the damage output, so that reflect can be powerful if used correctly, that counter attack, if you will. At 169, you ain't doing much of any of that. King K. Rool will lose there first, but already taking 2 and working on that second. Nice knockback, putting that DDD to 40.
Yes, sirree. Now, I feel like this is where things could get really evened up. DDD has played very smart here. I mean, I'm liking the poke that we're seeing right now from DDD, being able to make sure that they keep their distance against K. Rool, because K. Rool really is a CQC brawling type heavy. So you do not want to get too close, especially now that you've received all this damage. Oh, and that's going to be the first game.
Really, really comfortable work coming out of Wabash. They are extremely happy about this start. The King K. Rool very flexible in terms of the get back potential. Being able to get back on stage with that propeller has been a very, very solid play. And we're already seeing that comfortability. Now, the DDD did not have that big favorability, but looking into this second match, I will be very curious to see who will be brought out for EHMS if Easter Hancock are able to really play this out and give themselves a way back in to this first set.
Yeah, I think what you need to do right now is throw someone in that has the ability to outmaneuver King K. Rool. The one thing that heavies will struggle against is a lot of spam and speed. If you can outmaneuver them, they take a lot more time to be able to make their way around the field, and hence the name of being heavies.
Yeah, I can get that. You know, the spam ability, and not only that, the speed factor, being able to kind of run in and out, dip and dodge, rack up the small percentages, and then take them away very, very comfortably. That's what you're kind of hoping for at the end of the day. But of course, for King K. Rool, you get one good smack and it's already over. I'd almost want to see something like a Mega Man. I think Mega Man can be very, very devastating on the back end. Whenever you're using that leaf shield, whenever you're using a lot of those pellets, slows down a lot of what a King K. Rool wants to set up with, especially since King K. Rool, you weren't really looking for much, but it's a Sephiroth. Swordsman can also do it, might not be spam, but the range factor is no joke.
No, Sephiroth is one of the characters I personally despise so much because he is so good. He is such a threat. Look at the length of that sword. It is larger than his own character model. That reach is going to be insane.
Can be destructive to say the least, but for the King K. Rool, you're more than happy about getting that early damage down. So, already 18, good grab to come out though. The Sephiroth, hey, I can fight right back. Going to the air is a little bit surprising. I feel like you would want to use your range. Nice cannon to suction immediately up at 50, and then using the belly slam, putting it at 66. I mean, this King K. Rool also using the super armor, using everything in their bank.
No, that's a great utilization of their K right here, and they're going for an up hit, but not finding the execution quite yet. However, it can easily be able to cancel this out, but got a little too feisty, and now they're being punished for it.
Already, we are seeing why Wabash is considered a top tier. I mean, they already won their opening series and looking to do the same. This opener for the squad is looking strong. 169, a single clap to the back of the head would do it, and that's why you're going for the big strikes itself. Counter, not going to work. I love always going for the counter. It's a big reward at the end, but also a very big risk. Not careful about those exhaustion frames afterwards, but there's the back here to finish it off, and that's going to be 4 stocks straight for this King K. Rool.
And it is. Now, the trouble you're going to be with is trying to deal with these pokes here that can easily send you off the stage while also dodging and developing the damage against Sephiroth. It's going to be a tall order here. Hot Cheese might have it. Could see something come out here from Wabash. And here's the setup. Just needs to be able to get the combo. There it's starting.
I mean, the combo isn't really there. It's just set up to get the knockup, and I really don't like this falling air attack every single time, and the cannonball to nearly finish it off. You're going to be able to stay safe, but a quick shot to the top into the back here will clear yet another. A cannonball thrice to the face. That will be the stock, and that'll put the Sephiroth down to 1.
I mean, this was some amazing tech we saw there, and I mean, probably due time that King K. Rool got one stock down themselves, but to take 2 for 1 there, that is actually beautiful. That is just what you want here. You're set up for a great, pretty much, outcome here if you can finish the job against Eastern.
And I can see it really happening here. If you can go ahead and take 2 opponents off the stage, that opening is disgusting. Super Armor to come on out, so instead you try and stagger it out. You almost took that Sephiroth down in a very wily way. Now you're looking at a 74-70 chance. Quick charge, and remember, Sephiroth is fairly light. I mean, dangerous in all angles, but a quick forward here takes that punch, and the feats are done. Sephiroth is gone. King K. Rool takes their 6th of the set.
I mean, this King K. Rool is definitely a force to be reckoned with here. They now having taken out 2 out of the 4 competitors here, they are really just trying to go for broke on this. I think King K. Rool has done their job, and anything more from here is pretty much just bonus to what they've put in already.
100%. I mean, normally you would see a bounce back. It'd be like a 1 stock left after first, and then you get a little bit back and forth trading. To take 6 away is huge. If you get a 7th as well, that puts Wabash into a really, really comfortable spot here. So for each HMS, gotta be looking at the third player. What are you going to bring out here? So far, you had the DDD as well as the Sephiroth. Who else can really come out here? Like I said, I liked Mega Man. We know Steve can be in the arsenal for some players. What's it gonna be?
I mean, I would almost be curious to see any of the Star Fox characters come into play here. So Fox, Falcon, Wolf, any of them that could really have an impact on this.
I'm questioning. Okay. All right, listen.
Oh.
I was expecting more technical, but if you want the OG of crushing heavy blows, it's gonna be the Ganondorf.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting it. Ganondorf, not very popular as a heavy, but definitely an effective one when played correctly.
Not only that, it can also end this in a very quick session. But looks like they forgot about the stock situation, so that's a bit of a misnomer. So starting off at about, okay, so they are gonna fully reset. I am okay with this.
Yeah.
Quickly jump back in and make sure that Ganondorf gets all 3 lean stocks to play with.
Yes. I think they got a little too eager for themselves. And someone probably just did a shoulder tap saying, hey, guys, you got to do this.
Yep, here we go, though. And this is the big call. Can the King K. Rool continue their run of dominance? Are we going to see Wabash continue their destructive run? Are they going to start the season off 2-0 in series score? That'll be a treat and a half. We'll see if it happens. King K. Rool looking for the 7th, 8th, and 9th stocks of this set.
I mean, if I'm King K. Rool here, I'd be happy to get at least 1 off. But given that it's a Ganondorf, I actually think this is very doable. Uh-oh.
True. Uh-oh. It's already starting, though. It's already starting. Oh, no. It's already starting. This King K. Rool's like, dude, if you're not going to do anything, I'm going to go happily into you. Quick chases around. The Ganondorf feels a little bit slow. Drops straight into the suction, and I don't like what's happening. One of the drawbacks of Ganon is you have no recovery, and the King K. Rool is 7 straight.
Yeah, that's... See, that's why it's not a very popular character, because of that lack of recovery there. And it's, like, personally, one of my own issues when playing a heavy, such as Incineroar, Ganondorf, unless you really have control of the field, you will set yourself up for failure going off the map when you don't mean to.
I mean, this feels like it's already done here. The Ganon finally gets a strike back. You're looking at 51%, but 94 in the flip. Heavy rock as a forward smash will land. King K. Rool knows how to get back on stage. Quick grab and toss. And I think that should be a great covering of the edges, and it's over here. This is 3 easy as EHMS are down to their final 3 stocks.
Yeah, this is... wow. You know, we were just saying, like, it'd be great just to get the one. He completely eliminated Ganondorf there. Gone. Done. Go next. This King K. Rool is just mopping the floor here. And I mean, like, I'm personally flabbergasted at the performance we're witnessing right now.
Yeah, this is one of those runs that you are extremely happy about from a singular player. You're always hoping for a player to pop off like this, and you're extremely happy about it. Will it continue is the big question. Are we going to be able to see this full sweep of 12 coming out with the Pyra Mythra combo, though? This, I feel, should almost have been put first. That would have been nice. I feel the Pyra Mythra has really good flexibility in how they want to play the game.
That they do. I mean, really going to be paying attention here. Mythra is the one that I saw come last week that really just dominated against a King K. Rool. Now, these aren't going to be the same players, I know. However, the play style is where I fear for King K. Rool's safety.
We'll see how it goes.
I mean, look at that!
Yeah,
That's
stocks
insane!
are good. We're set to go, but you see the height that's coming out right now. With the Pyra, you're real happy. Swapping over to the Mythra, nice little slice, 23%, utilizing that space. So checking and saying, dude, if you want to keep trying to jump around, I will chase after you. Baiting them in with strikes, though. Seems like this King K. Rool is okay with her matchup. Now trying to get that crown up and moving. Are you going to find it? Fight? Nah, the sword catches you instead.
And it does here. Oh, can you make it to the edge? Yes! And actually not get hit there as well. Could be an opportunity for recovery. Very lucky that platform was there to take the catch. Otherwise, I don't think King K. would be sitting here still.
Yep. Difficult spot to be in, but this is going to be the falling star. And for this Wabash player, they're extremely happy. Even though they get knocked around, it's 127. They've already done enough. Quick clap back. Maybe get one stock, but you're at 127. Quick to the face. The slice, good air, but a jump up allows the Pyra Mythra to jump on over. They're looking for that kind of final strike at the very end, but the Mythra doesn't really have too much knockback and closer action. Let's see. Right back to center stage.
Yeah, what I really want to see here is I like the switch back over to the close quarters. I believe that's Pyra, correct? Pyra is the close quarter. Mythra is the range dealer.
A decent bit, yeah. A little bit fancier flair.
Yeah, the swings in there, but the spike! Oh!
An answer back, but that is still 10 stocks taken by one. I can foresee this continuing on. Ridiculous work here by the King K. Rool, as for Wabash middle SSBU varsity squad, they only need to take 2 stock.
That they do, and I mean this... You will be starting with a fresh Pyra Mythra. That is true. So you will have to deal with not going to be able to build up that damage quite as fast. However, it's 2-9 here. This is going to be a huge comeback that Eastern has to pull off in order to really set themselves up going into the next series of games.
Very true. Wondering who they send out here. So far, I mean, they have a King K. Rool. I feel like there would be a very, very interesting diversity set here. I mean, I would hope to see maybe like a Marth come out here, maybe to challenge a bit of the Pyra Mythra, you know, get a little bit of that sword-on-sword action.
What about Ike, though? I know Marth, Ike, a lot of the Fire Emblem characters very similar in their kits, but each one a bit unique in their own character.
Okay, I kind of like that. Ike could work. It's a lot more heavy-handed, but it does play... It does play within the range. However, it is slower. Oh, I like it, though. I'd almost say
right?
Roy personally. I don't think Roy. No,
Okay.
not Roy. I like Ike. I like Ike.
Cena, maybe?
At that point, I think it's personal preference. I think at that point it's personal preference. Right?
Yeah.
Both the Marth and the Lucina. Well, Lucina I can get it a little bit more floatiness to the character. I think overall any swordsman though. I think you're 100% right, Somi. You want to play that swordsman, you can go ahead and challenge out the Pyra Mithra. But at the same time, there's so many other characters to choose from. And you go for the Mewtwo, okay.
Oh, okay.
Character I haven't seen in ages.
Yeah, no. Mewtwo used to be very popular, especially when he came out, but I feel like if I'm going to choose any of the Pokemon, I'd almost rather do Lucario, just Pokemon trainer in general. So Mewtwo, I feel, is a bit of a wild card. Definitely has a lot of assets to work with, though.
We'll see how it goes. Right now, reset of one stock. We're headed right on in. Great, perfect parry to start things off, saying no dice, but a little slap here. And one of the big things about a Mewtwo is, number one, it's considered almost like a heavy technique style play.
Yeah,
but it's a middleweight character, so it actually is fairly light comparatively to the model. So that's what you actually have to be a little bit worried about. It's an interesting choice, but you can see here it's also getting slapped around. The speed of a Mewtwo is low, and the damage output is relatively low as well. So every metric, it just doesn't feel like it stacks up that well. So that's why we need to see this player be able to pilot that Mewtwo to perfection. Unfortunately, it's already gone as this Pyra Mithra claims a second stock total.
Yeah, something. The Mewtwo, like the player model style, really reminds me a mix of the Earthbound characters as well as kind of Ganondorf's slow and kind of very dramatic movement action, yet the teleportation ability of that of Zelda. So it's like all over the place, just meshed into one character. And I'm not seeing its effect right now. You're getting some hits off, but the Mithra Pyra, they are really putting in the work here with those quick successive slashes.
Yep. Very, very comfortable in their fight for the Mewtwo. You're just trying to get one stock off. If you can do that, you put the last two players in a really comfortable spot. That Fire Sword is a frustration to deal with. Quick charge up. Mewtwo styling. Has the ball ready to go, but can't set it up in time. Instead, you warp and quickly teleport, but you teleport the wrong way! No! You ST under the stage! And that hurts Mewtwo down to their last.
Yep. It's really where it comes down to it. And again, I don't think Mewtwo's putting in enough work here. Now, this is not to say as a batch against the player, certainly not. It's just that they are up against a very hard opponent. The Mithra Pyra, I think, just has the superior mobility, like you mentioned. Well, Mewtwo here very much looks like plays for the parries, plays for the grabs, plays for a lot of the very front-facing attack styles. And I don't think that's what really works against them here on Eastern.
Yep. I mean, Eastern, this Pyra Mithra stepping up in a very big way. Showing off with a clean 3-0. Untouched through that round. All of a sudden, it's back to Wabash going, dude, what do we do? How are we going to make this work? It's going to be in our favor. I'm excited. This is going to be a good match here.
Oh yeah, it is. It most definitely is. Like we're seeing hope. We're seeing the chance being brought back here by Eastern. So there's definitely a chance to be had, but the performance and the tension that will build upon the player to continue this going will continue to grow until they're able to finally breathe a sigh of relief by being able to win it all. So it's really a matter of, can they maintain the mentality and keep focused enough to perform at such a high level?
Yep. I mean, they got to keep practicing as well as we're heading in to the third player.
Oh.
It's a Pyra Mithra matchup. I love it. Listen, if you can't beat them with anyone else, you join them at their own game. Mirror matchup time. Let's go.
Here we go. And I mean, I love seeing mirror matchups. It's very much a who's going to bring it the best out of each other. I mean, again, they actually hadn't lost a single stock from that Mewtwo interaction, so this worked out extremely well for them. And they're already setting up for a big amount of damage there. That could have been spectacular to get a stock off of Wabash.
For a moment, both just trying to use that Swift Strikes. Everybody dropped down with the Pyra. Ash back, tries to go for a grab, not gonna happen. Quick turnaround with the forward smash. Really clean work. For the Wabash squad, their mirror choice is really not working out for them. 90% already. Quick slash back, 45%. And some work here. Patch with the 3-piece combo, and we get a bit more. Pyra comes out, blazing sword, but you step the wrong way, and you walk into the pillar. It's yet another stock gone.
Now, I will say, looking at this setup here, we're even here stock for stock right now. However, I will say that Wabash is putting in the damage here. They are actually getting themselves a bit more to work with than they were prior. So I think they definitely have an opportunity here. They just need to find the mistake, the opening. We've seen a good number of mistakes happen from both sides. It's just that Wabash wasn't getting punished for them until now. So I think Eastern, this could be really their ace player here that they were saving for last to be able to really put the stone into the coffin.
Let's see what happens. One more strike as you finally punch back. There it is. Very, very necessary. But for Wabash, you're happy to see that one stock go away. 50% of the way there is what I kind of look at this point.
That it is. Now, this is Eastern's chance to get a early stock off to be able to really just even things up while their damage percentile is still low in order to really have a good chance at staying alive. They can't afford to lose too many stocks here.
Chase back. Slice out. Multi-shot to come out. It's just a chase. It really is that chase of tags. One goes to the ground. Goes a ground slash. Nice forward smash, though. Quick little slap back. 122, though, is a call. And an up air will catch him by storm. EHMS, though, not liking how this is going. 47%. Both Pyras are out. The stab is confirmed. Well played by EHMS's Iron Mithra player.
Yeah, I mean, right now you've got the one stock. You just need that last stock to be gone to shut out this first series here. And they're really flying high in the sky. They're trying to avoid getting receiving an up smash here, I would say. They're playing it smart, but they just don't have the space they want. And they need to get some damage in against Wabash here.
Wonder. They're looking for this final strike. Quick crash down. I mean, they're both just hunting for these huge strikes, and I really don't know if that's the way to go. You're almost
it's big damage, right? You're doing what you can here, and since both sides are doing it, you can get away with it. Oh, great neutral there.
Like it, center stage is where they're going, but a nice plummet puts you into very dangerous spots. And you get the crash down once more. DI keeps EHMS alive and almost swipes away their life. Mithra coming out and then swap back to the Pyra. Both big heavy hitters. This is a matchup that I was never really expecting to see in a mirror matchup. Lower and lower in time, 79%. Big crash, not landing. And Flame Sword to come out. Not too much knockback, but it's got the damage. And a crash after crash brings it to a close. Wabash will take set one.
That was a very close match there. It really could have gone either way. I think the big mistake was going for that smash there. And that set them up because, as you saw, the Pyra was able to just immediately punish it by putting down their own smash there on the very edge. It's whoever made that smash first. And that's why Mithra being able to get that slash, which is the right character to do for recovery, was a beautiful thing to work with here.
It was a very powerful one as well, and it does. I mean, we were a little bit worried after watching some of the early rounds, the Mewtwo especially, a little bit lackluster, just comparatively to King K rule. I hate saying that, but I mean, the King K rule was like leaps and bounds away as an opener. So very, very powerful there. My eyes are still turned to set number 2. Will it be the side of Wabash middle to be able to claim a 2-0 start, or will it be a bounce back, and will we see a set number 3? All eyes are bound for this series matchup here with the Indiana Esports Network. With that being said, we do want to give a big shout out to LANFest all as well. This broadcast is part of LANFest's Scholastic Esports program, a program that supports this league and many others. Since launching, LANFest has delivered over 300 broadcasts to Scholastic leagues in Washington and Indiana. We provide these broadcasts free of charge to many, and so this is, you know, it's a very nice one from the side of LANFest, so we do appreciate them. A little bit more on them later. So, looking at this next matchup, we do have our kind of 4 players on each side. We've seen 4 on the side of Eastern. We've seen 3 on the side of Wabash. What do you think we're going to see come out here? Do we see a player swap, or do we see character swaps?
I mean, I'd be curious of that myself. I'd really like to, let's take a look at those replays first and actually give ourselves a real fresh reminder of what we were watching here real quick, because I think that will give us a better idea of what to look at. I mean, early on with this DDD and King K. Rool, they were very close. It was probably one of the longer matches here. So I would say if you play your cards right, maybe you try to play on either side, maybe the Mewtwo and Ganondorf first, right? Maybe you try to go for these not as strong players that we saw in order to set up for your aces towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole different story. I mean, and this feels like it's a whole draw show for the King K. Rool, if it's the captain of the team or not. I mean, this was just a highlight reel and a half consistency around the block.
Yeah, it was.
I just love watching these replays. I got no other words for it. It's just very fun watching this King K. Rool play.
Yes, it is. I mean, and Ganondorf, God, I love the character Ganondorf. I just am, it's so sad to see his lack of recoverability. And that's pretty much his whole thing, is that he is, like, anchored to the ground. But he also has those long setup times for those hits. They do massive damage, but it's really hard to pull it off.
Yep. But then you see here, this turnaround. That stock right there was a statement piece. I feel like we would have seen a little bit of a change, but a nice fight back from the Pyramithra on the flip end. Then you slice on through the Mewtwo setup here. This is where things got very, very spicy overall. It started to look a little bit more in favor of EHMS. And it does make you wonder if the King K. Rool and the Pyramithra started off earlier against each other. I really do wonder who would have come out on top.
I mean, that's a great question there. I mean, from what we witnessed here in this final game, I want to say it still would go to the Pyramithra, purely because of the kit and their ability and recoverability, because you're not just recovering from the vertical, but also the horizontal, which is huge when you're getting edge guarded here against a character like King K. Rool, whose whole kit is doing that.
It really, really is. So I am curious to see what they decide to play and how they decide to play this. Right, at the end of the day, it is going to be a chance for the side of Eastern Hancock to be able to fight back a little bit more, to have that chance to, you know, maybe shake up how they want to play their roster. Ooh. I would be curious also putting the Ganondorf a little bit further up, as we are going to load on it, and it's a Bowser this time around. The Ganondorf to come back out, but, I mean, bring out the heavies and heavies and heavies.
Listen, if you don't know me, I'm a big fan of heavies, and I started on Super Smash Bros. For the Wii. So my go-to character is the one and only King of the Koopas, Bowser himself. And despite being a heavy, he actually has an amazing recoverability in his kit there, as well as grappling too.
So far, it's still looking like control coming out of the Wabash squad. Whoever's piloting the Bowser still looking very much in control. Only 15 damage on him so far. A quick turtle spin, land some more damage. And here on Kalos as well, I love this stage. It's much wider, a lot more territory to play with. Plus the platforms on the top side keeps it a very horizontal game.
Yeah, I'm just geeking out over here watching the Bowser play. I'm loving what I'm seeing. You get the turtle spin into the up hit, go for the ground kick. Just every single bit of it is amazing, and I think they got him there right away. Probably the quickest match we have seen so far, as Bowser takes 3 stocks out of the gate.
I mean, that's as clean as you can get, right? And I appreciate the factor of trying to throw the Ganondorf first, mainly because you're hoping that Wabash were maybe putting out the Mewtwo player earlier, right? Trying to save the King K. Rool player for a little bit later on in the series. At the same time, you have to recognize this might be the 4th player from Wabash Middle, and saying, hey, I also have a really strong heavy that I can play. So all these things coming together means that the Ganondorf's out. Fortunately, that's your second loss there. Your teammates have to be able to kind of pick it up and be able to gather, what, 4 to 5 stocks while only losing maybe 2 or 3 of theirs.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be spectacular just to even lose only 1, because we want them to lose none, right? If you're a player, you don't want to lose any stock. Even just losing 1 in the situation to take out entire stock of your opponent, all 3 of them, would be grand. But it doesn't quite go that way, especially when you hit good players against each other's here. Now, we do have Sephiroth coming in, and this is where I do worry for the Bowser, but I am ready to be surprised.
Yep. Quick spin, the Sephiroth is back, but guess what? You don't have platforms to be able to dance on. Dance on the outside ones, it doesn't really afford you an opportunity, and that Bowser is sticking really dang close. Look at this, quick little flare, looks for the forward smash, the forward airs as well, just covering so much ground. And the willingness of the Bowser to chase. This is a brutal takedown from the Cooper King himself.
Oh yeah, no, if you ever get to know about Bowser, he actually is probably a Avengers level threat, believe it or not. He is the only, I think, Nintendo character that has been capable of, believe it or not, conquering the known universe.
Oh, is this gonna happen? Nice up air, and that will be the finish. For Sephiroth is too light. You will fly to lose your first stock. This Bowser is on a tear, and remember, I'm almost wondering if this is the King K. Rool player as well, but this Bowser is doing numbers. Hasn't dropped a single stock thus far. He's going to gather 1 more. You are just turtling your way to a near victory.
Yes, he is. And the grab! That does an immediate 20% in damage here. Now, given Bowser's sitting here at 103, yet he is still not afraid because he just has those quick moves. I mean, Sephiroth is the character you would play to move around a stage very quickly. Oh, and that's going to do him in.
Took a while, but you're able to find it, and it's a good answer back this time around. Are you going to be able to get more is the big question. The chase is on. A few more strikes. Those falling sword blades. Pioneers are actually doing some work for the Sephiroth as you're starting to get some grabs. Finding that Bowser being a little bit antsy. And yeah, I mean, you've hit that about 4 times now. Move staleness might be kicking in, but might not be too much of a problem. And a nice little footstool into the turtle down. Shell spike is big, and then the up smash to take it. Bye-bye Sephiroth for the second.
So there's one move I haven't seen this Bowser execute quite yet in the repertoire. It is pretty much the, I'm not quite sure what it's exactly called, but it's when he goes for a ground pound specifically. Off the back of his shell, just like Mario, going for the ground pound.
I wonder. See even more magic here. Quick chase, and then the forward smash. Easy take at the end. Bowser reigns supreme. That was a much quicker stock take. This time around, feels like the opener for the side of Wabash, losing out a little bit faster in their 2 stock.
That they are. And I mean, they were able to take a stock off of Bowser there. So that does help them out again. Now going into this, you gotta say, who's going to be your next one here? Is it going to be the Pyramithra that we potentially see? Do you try to put that out early, or do you put out your other player to try to match it on up here? And DDD actually is a good counter to Bowser, despite them both being heavies. The only difference is that DDD has projectiles to work with.
Yeah.
Oh!
Not exactly a projectile, but close enough. I mean, the Meta Knight himself will be rolling out the pain, either spinning to win or spinning to fail. Honestly, though, I don't see it failing anytime soon. It looks like a menace. It might be one to this Bowser.
Yes, Meta Knight actually is going to be a very tough thing. Sephiroth was a tough fight for Bowser to face. I think Meta Knight even more so, because Meta Knight not only is also a quick damage dealer and very maneuverable, but also has that just quick effect that really counters Bowser, who also takes his time when executing his hits.
Yep. This is going to be interesting. What a punch, though. And the Bowser is stepping up, even in the face of such a speedy character, is continuing on with kind of this layered damage attempt. I love it. Nice little spiral, though. Get some extra damage behind. Another spiral to leap directly underneath this Bowser, and the Bowser can't really stay on the stage. There it is. Quick boot, though, at Chase. Up smash not going to land, but you shield out so well, and then forward smash into the face of this Meta Knight.
That you do. But you really gotta be careful around this edge. Right now, the Meta Knight is just building up damage, doing the same move each and every single time. Now, they are receiving a lot of damage, and it could come back to bite them. As you see, they lose another stock.
I mean, this could be ridiculous. We are looking at just one more. That's all you might need to force them to a fourth player. Good jump over, reading that spiral, and it didn't land. So there's no recovery. You couldn't grab the ledge. That is Bowser to take 3 in a surprising turn of events.
You know, we are just seeing a heavy domination here. I have no other way to describe it. The Kings are just rolling the ring here. So I think we are down to probably the ace player here for Eastern. And I'm expecting to see them select that dominating Mithra Pyra again. But I'm ready to be surprised.
I mean, I honestly, this is out of this world. Pyra Mithra, as you said, back in the driver's seat. And they need to take 10 stocks here. It is a challenge. We saw them come pretty dang close, in my opinion. If they can get close once again here on Kalos, let's see it go down. Maybe one more time.
The other thing I think that's playing a big factor here is that maybe the stage size is the same, only difference being platforms. I feel the stage is bigger than the Final Destination and the Pokemon Stadium that I've witnessed prior. Just something about it feels like you have a lot more maneuverability on, a lot more space to work with, and that is just what characters that actually take a long time to build up with their hits need in order to execute.
As you said, you need a little bit more tolerance there, as this Pyra Mithra seems to have figured out the heavy matchup, already starting off on a really strong angle. Yes, you're at 60%. Doesn't feel like it really matters. Clearing the stage, covering all entry, and then immediately swapping over for another falling face, but it's red like a book this time. And you're able to steal a stock away. Once again, the heavies rule all across here. And you're hunting one more. That stab down will be enough. Bye-bye Bowser after taking 10 stocks straight.
And I mean, credit credits too. Yeah, you were in a losing fight here with one stock to work with. To take one out while you go out in a burst of flames, that is, you gotta respect that there. That is dedicated effort put into that.
I mean, this is a styling and a half, and I think no matter what, whether Wabash lose out on this set and are forced to a set 3, I think it can be stated that the King K. Rool and Bowser players will always be remembered on this squad and be watched for when heading into the playoffs, when heading into the postseason, where a lot of eyes are on them.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would be. Yeah, I don't know how I would feel going against those players. Like I said, I like playing the heavies. I love the kits they have, but they really know it down to a T. They look very well practiced, very well committed to the rules that they are playing. And I would love to see this matchup come down later in the season again, if the cards align.
Oh!
Run it back!
Yep. That's definitely one way to do it. I will say that is absolutely one way to do it. Rock on back with this matchup. Somi, who do you think's got it? I mean, last time we saw it go one way, do you think it goes the other?
There's a chance it does. The hard part is we are actually in the exact position as last time with 2 stocks to 3. What you saw that Eastern had was a lot of great technicality, but the thing that Wabash actually really abused here was the spiking, as you'll see just with these slams down into the ground. That's what they really abused here against Eastern, and it worked out in their favor.
I also want to see them go for more neutral attacks, the tilt attacks instead of these big openers that have very large end lag. I just see them go for the smaller attempts, build up that damage a little bit more before going for the big swings. And yet they are just like fully committed as both wind up for the up special, and it just doesn't work. Only one can win out. Both are sitting within 10% of each other right now. Slashes are getting a little bit scarier. Quick slash number 1, there it is. Now match at 49. And this is what I was talking about. Sometimes you can use these big openings as a chance to kind of fight back. You give yourself that extra space. There's the shield, and then the slash back. This is Wabash starting to change up their playstyle a little bit.
That they are. I mean, they are really giving each other a lot of space to work with here. On the smaller stage, they had to constantly be putting in their attacks. On this larger open space one, not quite the same. They're really just waiting out for each other's input abilities before committing to their actions. And that's where the shielding, the dodge, any sort of pairing that could take place needs to be precise, down to a fine method here.
Sometimes the method is a brute force hammer. We give it one for the other as Crashdown leads to a victory for the EHMS Pyramithra. You find yet another. You've only evened the stock count.
Yes, but at this point in time, Eastern actually had half the damage they currently are stocked with here when they were going into a 2v2 on stock count. So they're going to have to really try to fight fierce here and play it smart to not get caught up in Wabash's trickery.
Quick slashes back. Range is coming back up pretty dang quickly. 128, this is doable to take this stock. Both go for the multi-shot. It's an immediate falling leaf blade pretty much. The switch strikes on that ability, just constantly keeping pace around the stage, is brutal to deal with. What a chase, though. Trying to get up close and personal. Something that we haven't really seen too much, though. And there's a final strike backwards, 145. He's getting closer and closer, something that we don't always see. A thrown sword is close enough, 163 on Coach.
Yep, but I think that attack did them in. I think they would have landed on that platform just fine and would have been able to actually make a counterplay there. But that gives up a stock for them. They could easily take this 100 here against Wabash. Just needs to set it up properly to really hit it hard. But they're just doing light after light hit. They just need to really send it off.
155. High count, but you've already put this player down to the last stock. Gonna chase, but this Pyramithra player is looking better and better. The OG that stepped in for EHMS. Very dangerous playing on that ledge, though, as they both twist around each other. Blades flying, and then the crash down will finish. There's the stock that you wanted. Now we're down to the last stock apiece right now. Who will take it?
I'm going to be honest, I think Wabash has this. Eastern took too long to get that stock off there, and now is just receiving chip damage bit by bit, and that's going to really put them in a bad spot. Looking at how this pattern has been executing here, Wabash really taking the command of this fight here. Oh, but now the tides have turned.
It's getting scary. Look at those grabs. It's all of a sudden a shift in playstyle. And I wonder if the EHMS squad are starting to recognize it's a scary spot to be in when that playstyle changes. You don't know really how to react. Feels like the coverage of this spot. What an up tilt. Almost catch them out. I love that call.
No, it's a great, really surprise gotcha there. That it's set up very well here for an execution. Big hit, and that's going to do it.
I didn't think that would finish, quite honestly. What was that? That was only 90%.
78.
Yeah, that was really low. And considering we were waiting for like the almost 160, 170 that we saw around, it's crazy to think that that was what did him in. EHMS are able to stay alive with one stock left, but now they have to run through 6 whole ones from Wabash's side.
That they do. It really depends. Who's going to be the next one up for Wabash? Do they want to just sit it down, get some big points on their board that could help them for the later part of the season? Do they worry about that this early on in the season? Or do they just want to play this for fun? See who will be able to take the last stock, potentially?
Honestly, I'm not too sure. I'm curious myself. Maybe it is going to be that Mewtwo, though it is. They bring the Mewtwo back out. And the Mewtwo had some struggles in there, if you remember.
Yep.
It was a tough battle overall, which lended itself to just I don't know how else to put it. But this time on Kalos might have a little bit better time. You don't have to worry about those jumps. You don't have to worry about that verticality. It's all about the horizontal moves, which you can cover with a lot of those charged up blasts.
Yeah, I think this is where Wabash really can make up for the opportunity here for Mewtwo. Just one stock to work with. And like I said before, a lot of space to work with as well, which really plays very positively in favor of characters that take a long time for their animations. So I think the opportunity can be had. It's all about execution.
I love the chase, going for those tail whips if possible. If you can land that one tail, it does do a decent amount of damage. You're looking at about maybe 10 to 12. Not terrible on a hit. Maybe a little bit lower. It might only be about 7, but kind of teleports aren't really working in your favor. You're actually leaving yourself very, very open to the strikes as Pyramithra starting to get a little bit of a combo game rolling here, using those multi-shots into those dancing blades and constantly slicing back and forth. You can see it there, using it almost on repeat. This Mewtwo has had no real space to kind of play, and it leads into the Pyra Pillar of Fire. Doom as stock 1 is gone.
That it is, and they've only received 12% in damage so far, so they are doing very well here, just constantly using all of their pretty much swordplay to cover the battlefield, allowing for little space to maneuver and demanding very, very much a niche amount of execution here from the Mewtwo to have to perform with.
We're going to be a low blow, but a good get up. Nice little strike, but a read a little bit too quickly. Tried to go for the grab, but the Pyramithra was behind you. Another blade attack. Swings out. Looks for the up smash, not going to land. Shield, but you weren't really able to hold it. And there's another crash down. This Pyramithra is starting to get real excited about the play.
I mean, why shouldn't they be here in this situation? They almost completely knocked off this Mewtwo. Now, given Mewtwo's had a couple of hits themselves and needs to just get 2 really confirmed smash hits here. Oh, no.
Oh. What a way to unfortunately lose that stock. Wabash able to close it out. And you'll take it. I mean, the King K rool and the Bowser doing work, and the rest of Wabash able to step up when it matters to finish off the last stocks. Congratulations. Congratulations to Varsity Wabash Middle SSBU on their victory here today.
Yeah, I mean, let's be able to take a look at all this here. It was, I really want to see how these replays really showed how the second match of the series went. Bowser just completely dominating the ring here in the beginning. just putting his name out there and making it so Eastern had to really work hard to try to get him knocked out.
Yeah. I mean, this was also a masterclass in just following the opponent. Take a look at this chase factor, always being in range of the opponent, waiting for the get-ups, quick spiral down here as well. This was very, very powerful work, and anyone watching has to be aware of this player or players that are piloting these heavy characters. I mean, I'm sure they don't only have the Bowser and the King K rule. I feel like they would have quite a few other characters to play with if need be, depending on, you know, who might be coming out here. So I like it. I really do like it overall.
Yeah, most definitely. And I mean, the one thing when you do appear on streams such as this, you got to really think to yourself, do we hit them hard with everything we got, or do we actually keep some of our notes kept in our pocket here? Because this could be footage that others use to really learn and try to study off of in order to prepare their own matches against their opponents.
Yep. Now on the same side for EHMS, they fought hard. This Pyro Mythic player, very exceptional in covering space and always trying to go for that blow. Always willing to kind of fight toe-to-toe, and no matter what is thrown at them, always willing to kind of stick to their play style. I do appreciate this quite a bit because it's a very go big or go home style. You look at that, a lot of end lag on the strikes and all, but it was getting stocks, it was working, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This final strike at the end, the Mewtwo player from Wabash. I mean, such a rare strike. Gotta close it out.
Indeed, it was. I mean, I'm curious. I have to see it here in the replay. Was it? Oh, they ran out. That's what happened there.
Yep. It was. Oof. It happens. It happens. But overall, a very nice match, and I think for us, we will always enjoy it, especially for the Indiana Esports Network. We always enjoy watching a lot of these matches go down, not just on the SSBU side of things, but across a lot of the different game types and the genres. I mean, you know, we've seen Minecraft Bed Wars before. We've seen a little bit of, you know, just about every piece of esports around here. So I'm very, very appreciative that we got to take a look at the middle school side. Somi, any kind of final words or final thoughts that you're thinking of?
No, not for myself. I mean, I do want to take a quick moment to do a quick thank you to our sponsors. First off, LandFest. This broadcast is part of LandFest's Scholastic Esports program, a program that supports this league and many others. Since launching, LandFest has delivered over 300 broadcasts to Scholastic leagues in Washington and Indiana. We provide these broadcasts free of charge to the leagues, schools, and teams we cover. Your generous donations do make this possible. Every $200 raised covers the operating costs for one regular season broadcast. If you appreciate our work, scan the QR code on screen and donate today. And one other shout out that we do have here is to the League OS portal. Want to play esports in college? Now you can search hundreds of collegiate esports programs at portal.leagueos.gg. Scholarships exist for players, shoutcasters, and more. So list all of your talents. Verified college coaches are searching League OS portal now to find you. For students, be sure to sign in and manage your prospect profile where your stats will automatically be updated. And the League OS portal is free, so don't miss your chance to get discovered. Visit portal.leagueos.gg and level up your future.
It was a good time. Again, shout out to Zotac as well as LandFest and a League OS portal for all the support here, and also to all you viewers at home. We appreciate every single one of you tuning in, whether you're a coach, whether you're a viewer, friend, family of the players. We know that it all means so much to the players as well as us here on the broadcast. Shout out to our production crew, Connie as well as Taylor, both running the stream behind us, making sure everything looks good on air as much as we love to broadcast it. My name is Orbital. With me has been Somi Nomi. We have been your broadcasters, and we will see you all next time for more IEN action.